Oh, another week. We're back.
Yeah.
You ever tried Zins?
Yes.
Have you ever really do they have like a minty flavor? Or do
Yeah.
they
All the
taste like
people are
tobacco?
fucking addicted
I'll
to
be
them.
eating those.
Yeah.
Like a little pouch in his mouth.
Yeah, I know
They're horrible.
Maybe
They're
Asian.
chewing
horrible.
tobacco for pussies, but
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Al gave me one. It was horrible. I got like really sick. It made me feel all weird.
well, it's like chewing
It
tobacco.
was like
yeah.
that one Sandlot scene
He had the one
where
with
he
the
tries
fet-
chewing
with
tobacco,
the
gets on
fetty
the
in it.
ride.
Yeah, that was the one with the fetty. And
I tell you what, no, chewing tobacco, put a little dip in your lip before you go on the Gravitron. Woo!
on the Gravitron.
The
get outta here.
That's how
Gravitron.
everybody threw up on that.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all puking.
But I'm just saying,
puke goes back.
it gets your head all spinny anay. So then you go.
You're
Yeah, I
killing me,
guess
It
that's
goes
true.
Smalls.
wild.
Well, you know,
I first tried dip when I was as a teenager, and I saw Rush Hour. It was
Really?
great.
sick. It's a great flick.
That's a
And,
good. That's a good flick to try dip to.
You
That's
go-
what
you
I've
gonna
heard.
intro us in here, or are we gonna...
I mean, I was trying to like 3 different times. I'm glad we've been talking about wrestling so far. But in any case, welcome to the SVW Podcast. My name is Roman. As always, I'm here with Heck,
You're...
Woody,
Yes, sir.
and Gunky Mane, a.k.a. The Gunk.
What's going on?
But
Remember
seriously, guys, don't do dip though.
Yeah.
when Tommy Dreamer drank Undertaker's
Yes.
dip juice?
When
Yeah.
his gimmick was that he was just gross.
That was a pretty sick
He
gimmick.
had like that vignette where he's like kissing his dog or whatever.
His number one op was he's gonna puke. Draws. It was
terrible.
like that was the ultimate rivalry.
Terrible.
The grossest guy in the world versus the pukiest guy in the world.
Yeah. Well, look, we have a big episode for you guys this week. Backlash is this weekend, and we've got some updates to the card that we want to talk about.
I feel like it came up so quick.
Yeah, I
It
know.
really does, yeah. It
Yeah.
always kind of sneaks up on you.
Shaping up to be pretty good, I think.
We're gonna have 2 world title matches,
Yeah.
and then a United States Championship match, a women's IC match.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty big backlash.
That's not a bad backslash.
Backslash.
Love Backslash live from
Yeah.
St. Louis. After that, unfortunately, got a lot of cuts this week, as they usually come around this time of year. But couple surprises, couple people I didn't see getting cut.
They were talking some shit about... They were like... You saw the one report? It was like... People that were either expensive or lazy.
Or old.
Or old.
Those are the
yeah,
3
yeah.
things, yeah.
Old,
Yeah.
lazy, or...
If you got
too much.
cut, you were either old, lazy, or expensive.
Braun Strowman kept
There's like
checking all
3
the
of them.
I think
boxes.
I think he checked off all 3. Those are
Yeah.
You know what, man?
3
If you
strikes, you're out.
He went big and he went home.
He surely did. He surely did. Went right home.
I think he's gonna be okay. Out of all
I
of
think
them,
so.
Braun,
I'm about
Braun
to say,
made
he seems
a
like
shitload of
very
money.
happy. Like, he's just chilling, about to go on a cruise.
Also, his cruise, I think he was on a yacht. Yeah,
Damn.
like,
Yeah, probably.
that dude
possibly.
is doing, out of everyone, he made the most money out of all the people
Damn.
that got cut. He's
Must be
doing fine.
sick to be future endeavored by WWE. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about NXT this week. Got Elijah back for the Battle Royale.
Walk
Elijah.
with
I thought that
Elijah.
was Ezekiel.
That was
This
Elias.
guy.
Seek the freak.
Um,
I thought it was he had another one.
How many more E names does he have up his sleeve?
I don't know.
I don't
He was
know.
like,
but
that was my
Kevin Owens
uncle-
just had to be mad as hell when he finally found out that.
It's true.
I wish there would be just if Kevin was around, so when Elijah was there, they could just be
Yeah,
like,
that would be
no,
great.
that's not Elijah.
That'd be great.
I'm not crazy.
Then, big week for Joe Hendry. Got the #1 selling shirt, and he's going to face Trick at TNA.
Well, we believe.
Whoop that trick.
I'm whooping that Trick. I think Trick going to
That
take
that
that.
would be crazy.
He has the #1 shirt in the
Yes.
store right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that
His
insane?
WrestleMania 41 shirt.
What the fuck even is it?
Probably
His
says Joe
WrestleMania
Hendry.
41. You can see it right here.
It's an awesome
Oh,
thing.
wait.
yeah,
No, you
it's just,
can't.
Yeah, exactly. No, you can't.
I would try Google.
Yeah, I would try that too, Gunky.
That's crazy.
Then after that, we got some super exciting news here in our own city, the city of brotherly love. AEW will be doing a residency at the legendary 2300 Arena, aka the ECW Arena.
WWE was like, we'll do a show here. AEW is like, we're going to one-up you. We're going to do some blow and have, what,
Ooh.
eight shows?
Who's got that blow connect for TK? Because
Tony Khan hit me up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. You're trying to
Allegedly.
You want to try to get in good with AEW?
I know a guy.
Yeah, you
That's
get
true.
that pure.
Did that fish scale for Tony Khan.
You think Darby Allin's up in the snow? I'll show you something.
Yeah,
Tony
he
Khan.
definitely is doing ollies
Allegedly.
up there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, he's up in the snow, or allegedly,
I think
got
that's
the-
AI. All those videos Darby Allin's posting from up
Oh,
there.
that's why we said allegedly.
I have a theory that AEW is just AI.
Like nobody actually exists.
Every week it's a show.
AIW.
Yeah, AIW. That's pretty good. Artificial intelligence wrestling.
Elite wrestling.
And then, of course, what week would it be without a couple Hogan lies that we have to talk about?
Sick.
He did a
That
little.
guy lied? No way.
Yeah, he did a
no
little-
way. No way.
Terry, the one and only. He had a little press tour for his
Mr.
new
Bolea?
federation,
Oh yeah.
and he had a couple things to say. None of them true, and we're going to dive into those.
And almost all of them blew up in his face.
Yeah,
That's pretty amazing.
100%, as it usually goes. And of course, before we leave, we have some quick hits, but let's get into it. First up, Backlash updates. Had a couple new matches out of the card. First up, the 4-way for the United States Championship: Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest.
Banger.
It's gonna be a fucking bang. And I feel like it was just a way. It was funny how Solo was like, "Oh, Drew McIntyre won. He should be in it, right? He should be the one fighting." And then they was like, "Oh, well, fine. We'll make it a 4-way." And Jacob was just like,
Fuck you talking about, man?
"Right, whatever." You know what I mean? Like all gas, no brakes. Like bring it on.
Also, I think right now Jacob Fatu has the most aura.
Oh yeah,
He is.
You know what I mean?
As these kids say, he's got
Yeah,
mad riz.
he definitely does.
But like, this belt might be the most important belt, kind of right now. Like everything else is kind of playing second fiddle to it because you want to see what Jacob Fatu does,
Yeah, it's great when
Yeah.
a guy helps elevate the title.
and then you want to
Totally.
elevate it even more. You go ahead and put Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre into the match for it,
Yeah,
and now you're like, yeah, this is serious. This is real. These guys are both main event contenders.
You
want
just left
this
out
belt.
LA Knight.
I mean, LA
That
Knight
was intentional. I get it.
LA Knight
Yeah.
was in it for a reason.
right.
I'm saying you added these two people to it. LA Knight was we assumed he was already going to be there.
But it went
Right.
from like a good match to like this could be like a banger. This could be like the match of the night, depending on how Randy and Cena go.
I think we know how that's gonna go.
There's no way Randy and Cena are going to be the match of the night.
Look, Randy
It's gonna
said
be
he's going to kill
amazing.
it. He's taking out another legend, the legend killer Randy Orton.
It's
you
going to be
imagine?
awesome to watch.
He's going to lose because of Travis Scott.
Wow. Do you think
Jacques-
what if the Rock
Jacques
comes
gonna
back
interfere.
Or no, they're in St. Louis. I know what's gonna happen. John Cena's gonna bring out Sexy Red, and she's
Oh,
gonna. She's
yeah,
gonna
you're
fuck
so
Randy
right.
Orton.
I thought you were going to say Nelly.
Yo, Sexy Red's gonna give.
It's going down, baby.
He's from St. Louis.
I mean, yeah, maybe he'll come out with the Band-Aid
If
on
he
his
don't
face.
come out
Yeah.
with Band-Aid and Air Force Ones, it's not
Sexy
my.
Red's gonna give Orton a stink face in the corner, and it's extra stink face.
she's going to do it the front
He's
way.
gonna get gonorrhea. He's gonna get what Bronco Buster?
Stink face the front
He's
way.
going to have a pink eye.
face the front way.
Hey, yo, let me get a stink face the front way.
Randy Orton's going to be like on Instagram the
Aki
next day with
style?
like pink eye.
Randy Orton's gonna be on Instagram the next day with a lip 3 times the size. Fucking pink
that
eye,
shit on your face got some shit on his face.
pus running out
God,
of his
that is disgusting.
reverse stink face. That's
well,
Sounds
yeah.
like playing a broken harmonica.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a banger match.
Yeah, that's
like,
definitely gonna be.
I
Great.
would like to see like Damian Priest just versus Jacob Fatu.
I was thinking the same thing with Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I meant. I meant not no shade towards Damian Priest,
I
but I
thought
meant
you were
Drew
just-
McIntyre.
I thought
Yeah,
you were
I
just
thought
propping
Bobby
up.
Brown, I totally
Yeah.
agree.
You know, I represent from mans. But no,
I thought you were
like,
doing, like, the
Drew
Puerto Rican prop.
McIntyre and fucking Jacob Fatu, like that man, that's a match. Book it.
Okay.
I just wonder what moving forward they're gonna do with LA Knight, because after this, I mean, out of everybody, he's not gonna win. Definitely, 100%. I think Jacob Fatu is number 1 to retain.
Agreed.
Yeah. Who takes the pin?
But honestly, I could see either Damian or Drew winning it, just because they're pretty big names, recently former world heavyweight champions, and it wouldn't be surprising to me for them to be progressing the Solo versus Jacob storyline. You know what I mean? And Jacob
Without the title?
Jacob to be able to resent.
Oh, I was going to say, so Solo got him Drew McIntyre added.
You know what
Drew
I mean?
McIntyre wins it.
I don't think it's too far. Exactly. I don't think it's too far-fetched for that to happen, but I do think, number one, Jacob will retain.
And Solo gets involved in, like, costs him the match.
Right, exactly.
I'll pick Drew. I'll go out on a limb and pick Drew for this match because I think it's a nice feather in the cap that he's earned. The dude's done so much for the company and done so much online and everything for him to keep him interested.
And it progresses Solo and Jacob for Mania.
I did see a render of some people who have to win the United States Championship in order to Grand Slam it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, Drew's one of them. Drew hasn't won. Drew's never held the United States Championship. He's held Intercontinental. What?
If you were born out of the country, are you allowed to hold the U.S.
that is true.
Because I thought the same thing when Jacob fought too. I didn't know that a former convict, that a felon could win it.
Damn.
But I thought it was kind of like the presidency. Where it's like, but then, but that's
we
gone
got
now
Trump.
too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
all bets are off.
that's once he got presidency, I was like, oh, Fatu can win the U.S. presidency.
Yeah.
The U.S. championship there.
Well, there you go.
What else we got added to the card?
We got Pentagon versus Dom.
Hey, it's not Pentagon anymore, man.
Oh, yeah, true. Penta versus
Just
Dom.
Penta.
Stop dead naming them.
My bad. Penta versus Dom.
That
this
name
is
is
going to be
gone.
awesome.
Dom retains.
Yeah,
I
Dom's
think
gonna
so.
retain.
Yeah, it's gonna be shenanigans.
Do
He's not-
shenanigans. Yep,
he's not beating
shenanigans.
them straight up.
I loved all the shit that Don's been talking though. Like on, I've been watching like all the different like podcasts and like,
bro, he's
his,
the
like little
best.
Instagram like shit and like social media. Like he is the best Mysterio.
He's feeling himself
Yeah.
right now, and it's great.
Yo, also, it's interesting what's going on because AJ Styles walks in the Judgment Day Club
Calls
and he's
him
like,
Prince.
he's like, "What's up, Prince?" And everybody's like, "How the fuck did you get in here?" He's like, "I just walked in here."
Our truth showed him.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Let's see,
true.
we continue that storyline.
I didn't even hear him say that. That's so funny.
Listen, friend of the show, Dominic Mysterio.
Does
so shout out to him. He'll get that dub.
Finn Balor have anything like? Does he get into some shenanigans? Because like he always like they keep paying attention, but he's like that asshole friend.
Yeah,
That like it's still your friend, but like talks mad shit about you behind your back, and it's like, oh yeah, it's like of course I took your car and used all the gas, but it's all love though. It's all love. We're homies. It's family. You know?
he'll probably get involved, try to make the save, fuck it up, and give like a near fall.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Or
And then I think it'll be JD. JD's the one that'll come through.
Let me
Come
be
through the
a conspiracy theorist here.
Okay.
What if AJ? Yeah, I had a yawn. All right, Jesus Louise. What if AJ joins the Judgment Day, and they
Well,
kick
that's not-
and they
then it's
kick
not the
and they
Judgment
kick
Day anymore,
and they
yeah.
kick Finn out?
Is it Bullet Club?
That's Bullet Day.
No, what if they kick Finn out?
Judgment Club.
Because listen, hear me out. Why? What? Every time Karrion Kross it touches somebody or gets involved with somebody,
Turns heel.
they either turn heel or they do a massive character change.
Which is why he has the number 3 selling shirt.
true.
But what is going to happen to AJ
Real
here?
booking minds are really
AJ
buying lots of shirts right now on
AJ,
WWE shop.
Yo, AJ is getting involved in a program with Finn now, but nothing's happened after that Karrion Kross shit where he parlayed on him and then lost him a shit ton of money. So there's nothing moving
the
forward.
number one thing you were talking about with Karrion Kross, whenever he comes across someone, it's always a slow burn. It's not like they wrestle Karrion Kross and the next day they turn heel. It's like this
He like gets
good,
in their head
long,
and
slow.
that's why his shirt he's like
one thing of
it's like
many.
a puppet master shirt.
So
like
may-
no strings attached.
Yeah, so maybe
controlling
it's
shit.
maybe it's a Finn Balor program that pushes him even more towards that. You know, he's like you said, he put him on the path towards the darkness, and now he's gonna let him walk it.
Damn.
But I want AJ and Finn. That sounds like an amazing. Like you could
Yeah.
you could
Yeah,
run
like
that
Dom
for
said,
months.
that old man needs to do something.
Yeah. And then the final new match added was Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch.
Ooh.
I gotta say, guys, I think I've talked plenty of shit on Lyra.
Her last promo, right?
For good reason. She's interesting right now. And I think this was the plan all along. They've literally been holding her back and making her not that interesting because they were waiting for this. They were waiting for Becky to be
Yeah.
ready, and so they can do this storyline. And this is like Lyra's moment, and then we've kind of had to suffer through it until then.
Yeah, she told her you're the queen of recycling. You've been recycling the same moves and same tired act for years.
Yeah, I'm still not.
I'm defending this title, and I've been defending it more days than you've come to work.
I mean,
Now,
that is
Becky-
true.
But it keeps her bird ladies like little scrappy underdog, like you know what I mean, kind of vibe going, and like Becky Lynch keeps her heel shit going. You know, heels never defend their titles. What Logan Paul say? The best way to not lose your title is to not defend it.
It's true. Roman Reigns used that philosophy for many years.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still not interested in Lyra. Don't really give a fuck. But Becky's not that I ever really. I've kind of always been indifferent on her. I don't hate her. I don't love her. I'm just like, all right, yeah, she's decent.
She's
like
solid.
I never had a problem with her.
I love her.
But she's been on interviews recently, just saying really funny shit. She was like, yeah, Bailey's fucking confused. I'm sure she's like confused why I turned heel. Yeah, she's probably also confused why she has to pay $100 a month to text her best friend. Throwing shots at
That's
Mercedes.
awesome.
That was so
The
good.
fact that she like acknowledged that
Yeah, that's
Mercedes is fucking doing
So-
it.
And then
fucking
what'd
funny.
she say about Becky Hogan? People were like,
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
she's-
like, people calling me Becky Hogan. Why would you compare me to like the scummiest person in the world or
most
something?
vile, like.
I love when they like take like real life shit and
Yeah,
like,
100%.
work it in.
But they compared her to Becky Hogan, then she said, that's not going to work for me, brother. You know what I mean? Like,
It's
Yeah.
pretty sick.
That's not gonna work for me, brother.
You always
Yeah.
end up sounding Scottish.
Isn't she Scottish?
no, she's Irish.
She's Irish.
Irish.
Isla
we
Dawn
did-
was the redhead that was Scottish.
Yeah,
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
You got to be a little more lilty.
Oh, you can't. That's not gonna work for me, brother.
That's better.
Yeah, the way you say brother is just a little.
I don't think the Irish should say brother.
Yeah, I don't
And then
think
apparently I
Mate.
saw that the Logan Paul Jey Uso isn't on the card. Surprisingly.
Yeah, at least not yet. I don't know if like they're gonna
Oh,
confirm that.
really? I thought that was like...
I
I thought it was confirmed.
But
I swore
at
that
the
I
end
saw
of
a
Raw,
graphic for it.
At the end of Raw, Logan Paul like black hoodied Jey Uso.
Yeah. I thought
After
that
the
was...
Seth
a-
Taste of your own
match.
medicine, Jay.
Ah, right. He
Sure,
got
they
he
were
got it
doing
from
that for
you.
years. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't know.
I'm excited for that. Honestly, I think if now this is I'm just being a wacko today. I'm
Ooh.
going
Just
for
today?
all the conspiracy theories.
You're sitting like
This
one.
is gunk
If-
that didn't hit
if-
the bong.
It's
If-
insane.
I'm taking this bet. If Jey Uso and Logan Paul is not on this card, he's losing it.
You think they
I
will...
think if they drag it out to the next pay per view, he's not gonna have
Jey
the
Uso's losing
championship.
if
yeah.
it's not on this
No
card.
way.
If it's not
no
on this card.
way.
If it's on this card,
If
he's
it's not
retaining.
on this card, if it's on this card, he's retaining
way.
it. If it,
I keep saying, and I kind of agree with people that Logan's like Money in the Bank. That would be like crazy, and then maybe.
yeah, that'd be sick.
But I mean, speaking of Jay, what do you think of his match with Seth Rollins, Woody?
His best match maybe he's ever had. Oh, you said Woody.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
go
I'm
ahead,
not
Gun.
Woody.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
Gunk, you don't like shit on him like that.
I don't
so
shit on him, but I think that's the best singles match he's ever had in his entire career.
I
Damn.
think so too.
It was a good match, and it's also one of those things where like, oh weird, Seth Rollins helped someone put on a good match. You know what I mean? Like it's one of the best dance partners there is
Yeah,
out there.
for
Yeah,
sure.
that's like a day that ends in Y.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, he might be able to go out there, and it's whenever you put him up against a superior wrestler, he's got a chance to elevate himself slightly, which I think the Logan Paul match might be good.
The only thing I did find hilarious
That's
is
really-
when
that's a
Crazy
really
what you
funny
said.
shot.
yeah, right.
And I love that that
That's a
just like
really
flew
funny
under the
shot.
radar, but you're wild for that.
When Jey Uso speared Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker was like laughing.
Yeah,
on the side, like you see him just like cracking up, like what the fuck, that little bitch ass.
Can we have a
I
match?
don't want no
Can we have-
spear around if Braun's not involved. in it.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. As long as Braun is doing the spear, no one else should be allowed to do it.
True.
And if you do it, it summons him and he spears
And he
you.
spears you.
Yeah.
And he's like, no.
Spear a guy and,
And
he
he
appears.
I believe in Braun Breaker.
I feel like he's got to like rub your face in it too. After he's done, you'll spear you and be like, no, bad.
Yeah.
Like he's the dog teaching you. Like,
Yeah,
rub your face
he
in
puts
it.
like shock
Pooped
Pooped on the
collars.
floor. You rub his face in it.
Yeah, shock
Yeah.
collars on all the people that do the spears. So every time they go to do for it, you watch them just kind of.
Yeah,
Go
that was
down.
like the one thing. I was like, it was a great match, but I just like thought that was like so. I was like laughing, like watching it by myself, and I'm just like giggling, like the way he was just like, this,
Yeah.
that was
The
it.
ending was garbage though, of that match.
Did CM Punk came out?
Just like old man comes to ruin like kids that are playing. Like
just
like,
throwing
"Hey!"
chairs at people. He was throwing a temper tantrum.
Well, where the fuck is
Yeah.
Roman at? He's the third man.
He's sitting right in front of you.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, Roman Reigns can't be bothered to come to work.
That's
Right.
true.
That's always been a thing. It hasn't changed. Now he just doesn't have the title anymore. That's all that is. It's not holding him hostage anymore. But CM Punk again is just involving himself in a story that really doesn't need to be, ruining someone's chance to win a title.
I'm surprised something in that story isn't part of Backlash. Obviously not the blow off, but like, you know what I mean, something to continue leading it up, whether it's Braun Breaker, you know what I mean, taking
Yeah.
on somebody.
Maybe they announced their like little third man.
It was funny when in the beginning when Jey Uso was like talking to Paul Heyman, he was like, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" Like,
It wasn't like, you all right? It was more of
Yeah.
a question this time.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
all right.
Yeah, I just don't think. I mean, for CM Punk's a heel, right? Because Jey Uso's not his friend, and Seth didn't do anything. It was a triple threat match that Seth had with CM Punk.
Well,
Right.
So
he
triple threat
made
match.
his quote unquote best friend
Oh,
Paul
no,
Heyman.
there was a
turn on
promo.
him.
It was a
I think
promo
it was the
earlier.
heel,
where
enemy of my enemy, or is my
yeah, but
friend.
Paul Heyman
Yeah.
in the promo explains why he's with Seth and not with CM Punk.
Yeah, why he turned on
He
Roman.
wasn't coerced. He wasn't taken away
True.
from.
True.
Paul
I
Heyman
mean,
made his choice. So if I'm your friend and I chose to go to Roman's house, that gives you full right to run in and hit me with a chair later on for no fucking reason?
Yes,
That's a heel
absolutely.
move. That's a heel move. That's all I'm saying. Like let's call it for
True.
what it is.
He's the anti-hero.
He's
Yeah,
retaliating first.
He's
He's
the
like
voice of
Stone
the
Cold
voiceless.
Steve Austin.
Do you think Stone Cold would just let his best friend do that?
Pedro,
he would-
No,
Paco,
no,
whatever the
because-
cat's name is.
Stone Cold would
was
never
like,
got in that
Pedro.
situation in the first place because he's got fucking DTA tattooed on.
Yeah, he
Don't
doesn't
trust anybody.
Yeah, he wouldn't
all
have
right?
had a manager.
He's like, oh my god, I got turned on. Of course. Why don't I just DTA? Shit.
He's like, looks at his vest. He's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
It's like Memento. He's got the little tattoos.
yeah, they just,
Instead of like a "What would Jesus do?" it's like
Yeah,
DTA.
exactly.
He's like, "Oh shit."
Jesus wouldn't trust anybody.
Well, no, he did. That
He
was actually
shouldn't have.
that
He
was actually
shouldn't
his,
have,
that was
though.
actually his downfall.
Yeah.
he should have taken DTA into
should
account.
yeah.
He should
Yeah.
have had a "What would Stone Cold do?" band. Jesus Christ.
Very true. Totally.
But
agree.
I mean, what was that? 5 matches for Backlash, so they may not add anything because that seems
Yeah.
to be W.
Yeah.
And Backlash isn't a big pay-per-view.
right.
It's a kind of blow
been-
off in the middle,
It's
like
been getting. I think Bad Bunny helped make it a bigger pay per view.
yeah.
Well,
Because
yeah,
that was-
Bad Bunny, it being in Puerto Rico and then it being in France, they started doing the global.
And now St. Louis.
yeah, whoa,
Wow.
The
How
France of
Sexy
the
Red?
Midwest.
You get
Yeah, that's what they
the
say.
France of the Midwest.
because Sexy Red's there.
Listen,
You go from the
Sam.
Eiffel Tower to the
Arch.
arches.
Yeah,
Also,
The
by the way,
Golden
I love
Arches.
Sexy Red.
I know you do. We saw her at NXT.
I don't want her to think I hate her or to think she's smelly. She probably smells lovely.
So everybody, if you're wondering, we're all gonna be watching at Roman's house. Come on over. No.
Yeah.
That's where all
We're gonna
watch
dox
parties.
me now.
This is
Yeah,
where
find
all
the
watch
address
parties.
in the link.
Big
Yeah.
Ron, all the smelly kids that used to come to
Wow,
our.
wow.
You
it's trying
found
to
out
heal
where
on our friends.
You found out where Woody lived. You can find out where Roman lives.
Yeah, the Gilmans found out where Woody lived.
If you want to find out, just text me. I'll tell you what Roman
Fucking
lives.
little Undertakers doing
gonna do all use a
puppeteering
cartoon?
now.
She's doing caricatures in the corner.
No, she's doing puppeteering
Yeah, she's in
now.
ventriloquist school.
Yeah, well, I'm saying we're gonna
Well,
hire her
she's
for the
raising
party.
money
to
No,
do
for it.
caricatures.
she's done with the art. She's
Ugh.
doing puppeteering now. Maybe she can do like clips of
Specifically ventriloquism.
Maybe since we don't have video on our podcast anymore, she can redo. Like, she can make puppets of
She
us
can
and then
redo it.
do the actual video of us.
It's not a
And
terrible
then, and
idea.
then it gets more followers. and more
I'm
views
so
and
on
videos.
board for that. Yeah.
I would love to. Moving on. We had some WWE, some cuts this week. obviously,
like
you know,
suicide. No.
it's usually not like that.
Suicide got cut?
No, he
I didn't
was
know he
never
was
on the
signed.
roster to
He
begin
was
with.
one of my favorite wrestlers.
When he gets signed, that's
He's got a
crazy.
legend contract.
Yeah, of course, you know it happens every year this time of year, but there were a couple.
I feel like they're cleaning the house.
A little bit.
I feel like they're freeing up some money.
We're trying to get
They were saying that people are lazy and old.
lazy, old, and expensive. They're trying to get that summer fiscal body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Yo,
you gotta get
But
cut.
like Wardlow took a meeting with them. I saw. So I feel like it's to like free up some money.
but here's what I was like, it seemed like a weird group of people to get cut, and then I saw Johnny Crimpets, shout out our guy, texted in a group chat, and he was like, "Yo, I think that these people that are cut are gonna do some sort of deal with TNA. Like WWE is gonna do some sort of re-contract signing deal.
So they can still utilize them when they need to.
Yeah.
Not have to worry about paying
But
for them.
I don't think that's the case. Like I was totally like,
I can see-
I was like, yo, that's totally what they're doing. Nah, that's not what
I
they're
can see
doing.
a few people getting picked
I
up
think a
by
few will
TNA.
get picked up at TNA.
Yeah.
Not as many as we were talking
They might
about.
get picked up at TNA, but it has nothing to do with WWE. It's literally WWE released these people, and if they get picked up by
Well,
TNA, it's all on TNA.
Listen, there might be a little like behind the scenes,
Right.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, hey, man, we're gonna let you go, but 30 days
Yeah.
from now, so and so might give you a call.
Well, like Cora
Answer that
Jade's on
call.
OnlyFans, so like I don't.
She
think,
was not one of the people that wink, wink, nudge.
Yeah,
nudge,
she's not getting nudged or winked. They're
Or
just
she might.
like,
She might be.
Unless she's banging somebody over.
Good
Yeah.
God, I knew that was coming.
I'd like to see her nudge.
there.
Doesn't that sound like it's a dirty place? Like,
Yes, it does.
Sounds
oh
like
man,
a
I
peener.
I went to the beach. I still have sand in my nudge. You know what
It
I mean?
does actually.
Braun Breaker
Get it
can
out
tell
of there,
us
bro.
all
You're gonna
about
get a
her
yeast
nudge.
infection. You're gonna get a yeet infection.
So I'll run the list. It's sadly I'll start with the saddest: Mark Coffee,
yeah.
Joe Coffee, and Wolfgang.
That's the saddest for you?
For
Yeah, that's
for
Heck's
Heck.
boys. Those are
Yeah.
Heck's favorites.
He drafted
I
the
drafted
coffee. One of the coffee
the
boys.
Coffee brothers. Yeah.
When was
Bro, they were
this?
just like such a
In a
solid,
draft we did like a
like,
year ago.
Yeah,
They were just a solid like tag team, like three-way. Like,
Heck,
I
a
don't
big
know.
Triple
Coffee
threat.
Brothers, Mark.
he is. He is.
I am. I
He
am.
literally
They were
is.
just
He
like
said
badass.
It
bro.
wasn't just
Like,
that time. He said this many times that he's a huge mark.
Does
for
he
them.
like them more than I like Suicide?
No.
Oh.
No.
Woody goes, no.
That don't even sound. Yeah, that sounds.
That
bad.
sounds wrong.
Calm
Yeah.
down, you freaking.
Not the act, the
Ben
wrestler.
Wall groupie.
Yeah,
But,
calm
Fine, I'll
nobody.
call him Manic. They had to change his name to Manic
They
so they
did.
can sell toys of him.
Then we got.
When you're Manic, you commit.
We know Metaphor broke up, so Oro Mensah and friend of the shop, Takara Jackson.
Yeah, shout out.
Danny Palmer. Shayna Baszler.
Damn.
That was like a surprise. I don't know. I feel like she's like a real life badass, and she could have.
She's one of those that I think they dropped the ball with her so bad. It was the women's elimination chamber where she eliminated everybody.
Yeah.
And after that run, why she wasn't the reigning champion for the next like 6 months, I have no idea why.
And,
She was the biggest badass on the whole roster.
Yeah. Realistically, I would not like any of the girls I'd like. Get
Yeah, Ronda Rousey, because it was like her and Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
But yeah, but Shayna Baszler would legitimately beat the shit out
But
of
it'd
her.
be cool if she went to AEW. I know people were saying the Gilmans and all too. If she joined the Ops. And
Oh,
dealt with
okay.
Edith Shafir,
That's not bad.
as you know what I mean, because they got history. They were the 4 horsemen of the UFC
Mm-hmm.
when they were like playing around with that storyline back in the day. So we'll see.
That'd be pretty sick.
Maybe she's got to let her
Yo.
eyebrows grow back.
Yeah, honestly, like after sitting like front row for it over Vegas Mania weekend,
Uh-huh.
bro, she should just like sign to Josh I know it's under GCW, but just like sign to Josh Barnett specifically and just do Bloodsport because
Didn't
Yeah.
she do one?
yeah,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's the shit, bro. I'm big on Bloodsport now. It's very sick.
I mean, she could probably do that if she signed with AEW. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't think. they
Yeah,
would-
but that relationship's dwindling though. I feel like
Gigi Dolan.
Oh, gonna
She's
miss
got a
Gigi
great
Dolan.
future behind her, so she'll be all right.
Yeah.
she got a great future on her too. If you
don't
catch my
know.
drift.
Really botched that one, huh?
I was trying
But-
to work something out, but
Riley Osborne, who was part of Chase U. Eddie Thorpe, which I was surprised because he's been highlighted a lot. He's
Yeah.
one that I could possibly see in TNA.
Well, Eddie Thorpe, you got to remember when he came from New Japan before this, he was like, oh shit.
Oh, Eddie Thorpe was in New Japan?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
when they signed him to NXT, you were just like, oh, watch out! Like this dude was killing it
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
in New Japan. They just
Okay.
signed to NXT. He could have gone to AEW. He could have done like a lot of shit. He chose to go to the Performance Center.
Yeah, they just gave up on the pushing a Native American, I guess.
Well, I think Lexus King took over his spot.
Okay.
Yeah, he just like took it. He wasn't even didn't ask. He just said like, "This is mine now."
gotta
Katana
move
Chance and Caden Carter, tag
Yeah.
team. I like them, but they were like real small.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, even like the bigger one of the two of them was tiny.
yeah, Caden. But she did a lot like on social media, so like I was surprised.
Also, was she or was she not dating Damian Priest?
Yeah, no, but I
Yeah.
was literally just about to say.
Allegedly, rumors.
They were doing a lot of videos together.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Not those kind.
Katana Chance, she can go back to American Ninja Warrior or whatever.
She
That's
can
where
might be.
came from.
What about if she was did like the Wii wrestling group? What do they call
WLC.
the WLC? Or the WLC match?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dakota Kai, that was one that was heard a little bit. I like
Yeah.
Dakota Kai.
You see, she immediately went back to her natural hair.
Yeah, curly. Apparently,
was
she
like-
had her hair curly like the day before. And then,
Yeah,
like,
but
so
whatever.
they saw it and they just added her to the list.
But
Yeah,
like
they're "Oof, that's not gonna work for me, brother.
it worked for me.
I
was-
like. I love curls.
That works
Yeah.
for me, brother.
I love Dakota Kai. She had such a huge like push online, and and never came to fruition.
Yeah.
She
She's
could
a
have.
streamer, bro.
Apparently,
Yeah.
so speaking of her stream, some people were saying that may be some of the issues because she was saying a little like some political shit. Some everyone, like she was like some of the shit she was saying, but it sucked because this was her second time. But she is super injury prone.
Yeah.
How many times that she came back and everybody got excited and then she gets hurt again, and then she comes back and everybody gets excited and then she gets hurt again.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, you can save one of them, Gunky. You can save one off this list. Who do you save?
I would save somebody like, and this is weird because I don't work for WWE, but I'm just thinking money wise, like Jakara. Like I feel like it makes
I
no
was gonna
sense.
say
Like
also
I feel like
Jakara.
there's only potential. I feel like she hasn't proved. I mean, maybe there's some backstage. Like maybe she's difficult to work with. I have no idea. She seems lovely. I know she's been to.
cool,
I know she's
yeah.
been to
And-
Orlando. She seems like a nice person.
The tag
And I
team
feel
was
like-
really
was
nice.
great with her. In
Yeah.
She was here in Philly. She came to Philly.
Yeah, she was really
Oh,
nice.
she was at the Philly one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just
She's
doesn't.
she's a both location.
Listen,
There's very few that can say that.
Everything
Sure.
else on that, everybody else on that list, even if I liked them, they made sense at least because like maybe they're getting paid too much, they're not being used, there's not really a place for them. Jakara Jackson really made zero sense to me because
Okay.
there's no way her contract was worth that
And
much.
Just pushing her they were pushing them as a tag team, her and Lash.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
even if they were broken up and she was a singles, it's like I feel like
that-
there's only potential there. I don't see what the
I think
problem
it
is.
would have been better for her and better for. I think Lash Legend is like the one out of the two of them
Yeah.
that would make it. But why not bring them up as a tag team and then keep them going for a little while
Yeah.
together, so she has
Sure,
like a
there's
little
somebody
like a
else
buffer.
that is making probably around the same that could have got cut.
Yeah.
It did not affected anything.
It just doesn't really make that much sense to me. Now, like if you're asking me who my favorite, like and this is weird because I don't even really like watching his matches, but like I said it in the group chat, Braun Strowman. Like there's just
Yeah.
something about having that guy there to like put over like other big guys and
But
just like
he's been-
almost like I always loved when the Big Show was around, like because
Braun Strowman though, so at post Vince, they seem like they did not
Know what to do with them.
do with big guys.
Yeah.
He costs his contract. He's
I wonder
one
if
of the
there.
higher
I
paid
wonder if
guys.
there was a contract negotiation with him where they're like, "Hey, man, we can't keep you on at this contract. This makes no sense for us.
Yo,
How about this number?" And he was like, "How about you cut me?"
But
Yeah.
probably the same thing but probably because of the last time he got cut. It was probably the same thing. It was a money thing, and it's just
Yeah.
like, look, we don't have nothing to do for you.
Right.
Your knees fucked up. You're not moving like you know what I mean. You used to.
And I've heard this
So,
sentiment.
like-
I've heard this sentiment of like Vince, like after Vince left, like nobody knew what to do with him because like Vince used bigger guys, but it's like if you really
Vince
think
loved
if you
big guy. It was
but
the larger than life.
bro, if you think about it, Vince was not fucking using him well either. Like he fucking
He-
the
when he
only
first
reason
came-
Braun Strowman was ever champion under Vince because everybody was hurt that one year and it was like COVID. I'm not.
They had him
That's
up
not an
flipping-
exaggeration.
They had him flipping over trucks and fucking everything else, like
Oh yeah, he flipped over that ambulance.
an ambulance, a Mack truck.
Yeah.
Ambulance.
He was a monster.
Ambulance,
They had him
ambulance.
be the monster among men, and he helped push over like Bronson Reed, pre-injury.
That match was amazing.
Well, what's
That was the one
crazy is
that
he
I-
was-
Jacob Fatu, they had a little story to help. You know what I mean?
Well,
Jacob Fatu
that's
did
what
so
he's
much.
good for. Is like at this point in time is like putting over those big guys.
making someone seem like a badass.
Yeah,
you beat Braun Strowman. Holy shit!
But here's what I mean by like Vince wasn't using a problem. It's like when he was dumping all those trucks over and doing all that crazy shit and getting booked the absolute best. He wasn't fucking champion. They was like Brock. They waited to way after his like
That's
buzz.
But he
I
didn't
feel like
need
you
the
need
belt. He was
you
a
need an
monster among
asterisk.
men, yeah.
You need when Brock is around. You need an asterisk because like no one else gets to be champion but Brock. That's the only way he's around.
Yeah, but if you're gonna book anybody to beat Brock Lesnar, like
He
maybe
could
the
have beat
fucking
anybody if he wanted to. He won the tag team titles with Nicholas.
Yeah,
That's true.
that
also
is true.
Brock wouldn't okay that. So I mean, there's like all Brock booking has. An
But what if
asterisk
you
next
let
to it.
him pee on?
Okay, all right. Jesus. Okay, we have to move on real quick though. How many of these guys do you think end up in real American freestyle?
Well, I don't think any of them are actually wrestlers.
Didn't Braun Strowman do
He was the
did-
world's strongest man.
Braun Strowman?
Yeah.
Was
And
he?
he-
No.
yeah.
And he
What
did
was
a
the other
stint in
wrestler
arm
with
wrestling.
EC3? Control Your Narrative.
Yeah, that was the conspiracy theorist.
And then he got signed. He was like, I gotta go.
I think Braun Strowman should go wrestle for Noah or like New
Like
Japan or
Omos
something.
did.
Who's Noah?
He's
Pro-
Just some
I'm
guy.
just kidding.
Just some guy.
some
He's
Japanese
pretty cool.
guy.
Yeah, you want to pay this guy a bunch of money to look like a monster. Go be a kaiju
Yeah.
in Japan.
True.
You know what I mean? He's just a walking Gajira.
I would say Cora Jade. It was just something about her
Yeah.
character. Like, she had that mean girl thing.
That new
and I
character
feel
she
like
got
they-
after she left. Yeah, I bet.
Jesus
maybe
Christ.
she just like stop running through the roster and like maybe like bang some like people of importance like Nick Khan or something like.
Well, that's what's interesting because she seemed like she was friends with all the right people. So I don't really
Right.
understand
Yeah,
how
Hunt,
something like
like,
that
yeah,
happened. It
like-
seemed like Sean loved her. It seemed like Hunter loved her. It seemed
Also, maybe that was the problem. Maybe she was.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Maybe
maybe
Stephanie's
all
like-
their
Stephanie's like,
wives.
this
This
bitch
fucking-
gotta go.
Because I feel like that
Yeah.
goodbye that CM Punk had for her was just like, holy shit,
Right.
bro.
It seemed to
that was
hint at
fake.
some things.
Woody, that was fake. That I
Good.
sent.
Okay, good.
Damn, Woody
I
got hoodwinked.
I trusted
Those,
you.
those late nights
he
in the
literally
car.
goes. He literally goes. If you need to text me late night, call, it was. I sent a fucking fake CM Punk thing that was like very suggestive.
Got him.
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
I mean,
What do you think
So
so
what do you-
lowly
for what-
of CM
for-
Punk that he thought he'd post something like that on his
I was about
story?
to say that's how much Woody's keeping the gimmick. That's how much he.
Roman, you actually need to pull up the picture. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Woody hates CM Punk so much.
You tell me a bad rumor about him, I'll believe it.
Like,
believe
did
it
you know
first,
that
and you
CM
have to-
Punk actually killed a bunch of people before he went to.
It sounds like it could happen. And then you have to prove it the other way.
I heard he's signing to American Freestyle.
No,
He's
he
gonna
can't
do
wrestle.
He's
So I know
going to
that.
do a new pipe bomb and then go
Well,
to
he tried to
American
do
Freestyle.
UFC. This is his second chance, right?
Yeah. That's
He
true.
knows Izzy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
cool with him.
Well, look, moving on. Well, actually, real quick, before we leave off on that, did you guys see Matt Cardona's post?
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
I thought that was really
Yeah.
because I mean, he was once in that position, and obviously,
Also, it
he's
feels
made
like he's like at a level where he's like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna give you real advice because none of you can touch me.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you the only thing you need to know because
Yeah,
I don't have to worry about you
Leon
coming
Slater
from my."
couldn't touch him
Right.
either, right?
Well, no, he couldn't touch Leon.
right.
He
yeah.
did. I think there was a
He was like-
hand or
he was
a
like,
finger
"Oh,
or
no!"
He
two.
actually pushed him to the floor faster.
It did look like he pushed him down.
Yeah.
Oh, and one the other person wasn't released, but their contract's not being renewed. Shotzi,
Oh,
so we won't see the tank anymore.
That is
Hey, wait, is this
Such a-
false information Shinsuke as well, or
No,
It's just we were gonna get to that later.
Yeah.
It's
I
on
mean,
the
we
list.
could hit, we'll hit Shinsuke down. So this
You're
kinda
literally playing with a
relative.
cat toy right now. So
Yeah, Shinsuke, he just decided not to resign.
interesting.
He's
That's-
an older guy. He's done fucking.
He like loves surfing, right?
Well, the dude's just
Yeah.
he seems super fucking chill, and that's like the chillest way to go out. He's just like, "Hey,
Yeah.
bro, just not coming back."
yeah.
he's definitely going to go do something else? Though there's no way.
See,
he's
so
wrestling.
Shinsuke
I hope
leaving,
not.
they could have kept Jakara.
I wish.
If only they would have known. He
guys,
gave him the notice too late.
I am so. You know what? You know why Shotzi didn't resign? Because they were gonna fire her.
How is Nikita Lyons still there?
A question that I ask every day.
Double knee braces at 20 fucking something is crazy.
I think
When was the last time she
Deshaun
was on TV?
Deshaun Michaels likes them thick. That's why.
Yeah. Corey J. I mean, that's why Corey J got her boobs done. She was gonna get.
She tried.
Damn.
a BBL next.
Yeah, Michaels was like, you got the wrong part of your body done.
Yeah.
He's like, you should have got a fucking
I'm
fat
an
ass. I would
man.
have kept you.
I'm an ass man.
Yeah, him and Billy Gunn, his
Pick that up
boy.
from Billy on the road back in the day. All right, well, look.
Well, I think with skinny women, he can't see them well enough with the lazy eye.
Right.
So you got to be a little bit thicker
Little
just to
thicker?
get the field
Well,
of
he gets
vision.
frustrated because he can't make eye contact with the nipples. So he's just like, fuck it. I like a smooth butt. No dots I got to focus on.
Corey J got like a birthmark or like a mole on her butt cheek, and it fucks him up.
This is all for reals. We got a little NXT news. Number one, Elijah, a.k.a. Elias, was back for the Battle Royale. the other night.
WWE means we walk with Elias or Ezekiel or Elijah or
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Ephraim
Back,
or
baby.
Ethan. Shout out to Ethan.
Yeah, shout out him.
I don't know, man. You know what? We put that video up. I don't think that kid came back.
He
I didn't-
he came in a few times.
Yeah, not enough though.
Ebenezer.
He big timed us.
He got his.
He's like
he got
in
his
school,
clout.
like, that's me. I went viral,
Yeah.
guys.
Eugene. That's
Oh, can you
that's a
imagine?
unit. That's an
Hi,
E-name.
guys.
No, it
He comes
is.
back.
Hello.
Ebenezer. I got an Uber ride. My Uber's name was Ebenezer
It's a
the other
fake
day.
name.
You think so?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool that he came back. You know what I
The
mean? Like,
discourse to him,
but that's
man.
what we were like saying earlier is what the TNA. You know what I mean? You can Hardy Boys had a match. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you can still work your way back to the E. Yeah, maybe you just got to do some time. Maybe some of these people come back to WWE. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think the release of Elias was probably the worst thing that happened during the pandemic. Because I think that with no crowd to see how awesome he was with playing guitar and
Yeah.
a live crowd, that's like the only bad thing
And he was
I think
a
that
big
happened
guy.
in 2020.
Yo, with no beard, he looks just like LA Knight. Have you guys noticed that?
yeah,
Crazy.
With the beard, he looks like Macho Man.
Oh yeah. See, look at that. Next up, Joe Hendry has the biggest selling shirt on WWE shop right now.
WrestleMania 41 shirt.
Yeah, and I mean maybe this is because of it, but now he's facing Trick.
At Battlegrounds.
TNA
yeah.
Battlegrounds.
So it's the first time that the TNA title is going to be on the line at a WWE event.
Which is another like.
Is it the first time? I mean, cut you off. Is it the first time that another title from another company is like on the line at WWE?
Probably. I mean,
Probably not. Probably not their. They've done some of their shit in the.
Well,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
I
want to
feel
count,
like this
if you
is like
want to
hit-
count WWECW, they brought the ECW championship.
Well,
They,
yeah,
they
sure,
owned
but
them
they
though at
owned
that
them.
time.
I mean, technically, they pretty
So they
much
even
own
redid
TNA,
the belt
so.
and everything.
Well, yeah,
They
don't they
don't
technically
actually
own
own
TNA?
They don't own
Sure,
TNA
they
right
don't
now.
own TNA. Yeah, right. They don't own TNA. Okay.
I gotta say,
TKO
guys,
got like a offshore company with like
100%.
offshore accounts, and they like third party bought them.
Definitely.
that Joe Hendry WrestleMania tee is light work. I don't. It's
Terrible.
weak.
Woody's like, yo, I do this for a living now. Like this shit is soft.
It's just
That's
like,
the number one fucking selling shirt.
yeah.
You're a wrestling fan? Yeah,
They-
never
they-
mind.
they all believe.
I'm gonna
They-
cut a promo on you fucking stinky marks.
They all
Stop buying
believe.
dumb shit.
Well,
Fucking
just stop buying bad WWE tees.
Stop buying dumb
Yeah,
shit.
but when
Just
they're
because you
all
like the
bad.
song that he comes out to, you fucking marks.
Jesus.
I disagree with that. I think you should definitely buy dumb shit, but buy good-looking dumb shit.
Yeah,
That's true.
No, not dumb shit just because it's dumb shit.
But yeah, I was gonna say about the TNA title being available, on a WWE show. I almost said that Vince is rolling in his grave, but obviously he's still with us.
Well, I think I think
Sadly.
he sleeps in he's like Dracula. I think he
Yeah, he
sleeps in
sleeps
a
in a-
tomb every night. So
like
he might
he's like, I use that one we used to use for Mark, bro.
he might be rolling in his grave actually.
Yeah. But yeah, he is. He's definitely pissed, but it's a new dawn. It's a new day. Yes, it is.
So Hendry's got to retain because, like, Trick can't win the
Bro,
TNA,
that It'd be
does
sick,
he?
though. It'd be crazy.
Does he whoop that Trick?
I would love to see it.
That
I
that
really
would be the way of taking a historical moment and like making it even more. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And then
no,
maybe
totally.
he drops it like a week later,
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
real short run with it, but
He should get it and then take a poop on it right in the middle of the ring.
pull like an Alundra Blaze and just throw it in the
Yeah,
trash
but even
can.
more disrespectful, just literally shit on it.
Okay.
See, I don't know. I don't
Calm
want to
down,
see
Vince.
people poop on TV.
Yeah, I don't either. And this is like the second
ever
time
since
you brought
Two
that
Girls,
up.
One
but,
Cup.
But here's the thing.
That's
It would
Carmen
be
for life.
unprecedented. There's never been a poop angle before.
How?
Actually, wait. Let me wait.
there was a shoot poop
I
angle?
forgot when DX. I forgot when DX
Oh,
dropped
that's what you're talking
a
about.
bunch of shit all over the Spirit Squad and Vince and Shane.
Vince was
And
like,
that's where Vince was like,
yeah, Vince
I
was
wonder
like,
whose idea
another
that
day at
was.
the office.
Me and Vince have parallel thinking. Is like, we
Clearly.
need a poop angle.
Yeah. Anyway, let's keep it moving here. Very exciting news right here in South Philadelphia. AEW is having a residency at 2300 Arena, something that we have been saying for them to do for, feels like over a year.
well,
Right?
they saw WWE do the NXT thing there, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna one
That
up
went
you.
really well. Maybe we should do that.
Yeah,
But
and
they thought like in order to get the same amount of hype, they have to do like 7 shows.
Yeah.
right.
Or maybe they were like, never mind. I was about to.
Hopefully, they can get me some press passes since it's my birthday week. So
Yeah,
True.
I was about to say something, but I was like, well, I kind of want press passes.
Tony, we know
it's
you're
what
listening.
it's like Collision, Dynamite,
Yeah.
a pay per view, like
It's
a Ring
sick,
of
dude.
Honor.
Like, I think, again, this is like, you want to combat all these things about, oh, you can't sell out these huge arenas anymore. Do this.
It's like
them.
the perfect size for
Yeah,
them to like have
Exactly.
like a amazingly filled crowd.
It's way too small for them. We can make fun of their attendance
it's
all we want.
definitely-
It's way too small for them, and that's why it's fucking amazing. The energy in there is going to be insane.
gonna be palpable.
Yeah, it is. You want to talk about celebrating someone's birthday? I mean, it's going to be my daughter's like right around my daughter's actual day of birth.
Oh,
You know what
hopefully
I mean?
it's September 7th. She's a Labor Day baby.
If
I don't.
she's-
Hopefully, it's not that late because that would make my wife really upset that it's that far past the due date. But it's gonna be around there.
If she if she's born on one of the days, then you have to name her after Tony Storm.
I already
No,
tried.
What about,
You already tried.
Yeah.
You said,
You gotta
Her name
name
was
her
gonna be
Mina.
It was Mariah May, Tony Storm, third match, spot with the heel Kumatat.
damn, that's a sick name.
But my wife said no.
That's a sick name. You could name her Will Ospreay. That'd be crazy.
Will
Yeah.
Ospreay
Oh
coming to-
yeah, I like Will Ospreay at the ECW arena.
What if you named her Ospreay?
Osprey's not bad. It's good for a boy or a girl. Yeah, it's nice.
Like, did you just
her middle name.
Seinfeld?
Her middle name's Ospreay.
7, good for a boy or a girl.
Tony
Pepsi.
Ospreay Kumatet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's really exciting. Anyone who's listening from AEW, Tony, we know you're listening. Storm and Khan.
we got so much time to lead up to it, but that announcement is really exciting. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, and we
I'm
love
bummed
your
it doesn't-
company.
I'm excited.
and
So
love-
we could with so
the
many
product you
shows,
put
you could
out.
really see like an array of their talent. Not like
Totally.
going to like a Dynamite taping. You know what I mean? And it's like
well, you
whoever's
only
hot.
get
Like,
so
you'll
and
see
so.
like
Yeah.
oh, who that's your favorite AEW wrestler? Oh, just go on Thursday.
Dude,
oh,
are
do
the
you
Gil-
like them? Go on Saturday.
Are the Gilmans just losing their
Yeah,
mind?
they are. Now they said they want Big Boom AJ, as do I. The Rizzler. If the Rizzler
You know
comes
what?
out at the 2300 arena, it'll be like Sandman. But he's got
He's got prime bottles of beer.
I gotta say, guys, this was my fault. I was like excited to know what the Gilmans thought, and how I didn't know it was gonna be connected back to those fucking wastes of lumps of human meat
Damn.
that is the
You're not
Costco
wait,
people.
but not like the Rizzler though, right?
Yeah, especially the
Costco pizza is
Rizzler.
really
What the
good. I had
fuck,
it last
Woody?
night for the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
time.
it's really
I was
good.
like, wow, for $10.
Wait,
this is
you mean
good.
like the one you buy, like the whole pizza you buy there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the Rizzler's gonna come out like Sandman. All the lights are gonna go out and the lights are gonna flash.
You're
everywhere.
assuming that he survives that long with the diabetes setting in.
Okay, we have to move
He's
on.
gonna have to limp in, cut one of his feet off.
Jesus, he's a child.
It's a fat child.
Okay. Next up, Hulk Hogan's lies continue on the national
Stop
stage.
lying. You're lying. You're lying to me. The iconic red and yellow amazing man with the real American beer and the
Real American freestyle wrestling. Yeah.
Do you notice
He
that?
does not tell lies.
Do you notice that the fact that how you can tell someone's a liar is when they make a new brand and the first word of it is real. When they have to like try to convince you like this is not
That
a
is
fake.
true.
This is real American beer.
Well, it's like when
This is
old,
real American wrestling.
It's like when old celebrities got on Instagram too late, so somebody else took their name, so it has to say like
The
real
real-
Hulk Hogan or whatever.
I'm so
official.
I'm so fucking legit. I'm gonna start saying the fake Gunky Mane and the fake.
Well, anyway, if you guys didn't see this, Hulk Hogan was on a plethora of different shows, including Pat McAfee and Fox and Friends.
Your favorite, Roman.
Christ.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I
Roman
never
tunes into
thought
that
we'd
every
bring up
morning.
Fox
He
and
said
Friends
he,
here, but yeah, here we
he
go.
was in there with his friend Benjamin Shelton.
Yeah,
Benjamin
he said
Shelton.
Benjamin Shelton, and he said that twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
And
No, he
different.
doubled down on that.
yes, and my favorite is that he said, which is like such a classic Hogan lie because there's so many of them. I feel like
Yeah, I
where he
got
said,
Brock.
Yeah.
This first match after the UFC.
Yeah, which
I
was in
had to fight Brock
2012.
Lesnar, brother. I got him first.
Did Hogan wrestle a match in 2012?
In 2012?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think he got.
I think he
but
was
got-
wrestling a legal case in 2012.
I think he's still wrestling that legal case.
His
Yeah.
skin looks like it's wrestling to get off his face too.
It's true. That is true. Or out of the sun.
That dude looks like a bad rendering, like a joke rendering of himself at this point.
14-inch pythons.
He looks like the walking embodiment of the state of Florida.
What did I say last week? I don't wish
He
for
is
his
Florida
death,
man.
but I don't wish for his death, but I'd be okay if he died.
Yeah, that's what you
I'm starting to lean towards the first part of that sentence.
said. Jesus Christ.
Just keep talking, motherfucker.
So he said this about Brock Lesnar, and then he said Benjamin Shelton, and Shelton Benjamin obviously had some words for him on Twitter.
Those are really, really.
Talking about Kurt Angle when he got his eyes rolled back and
Yeah, I thought Shelton Benjamin had like a nice clapback. That was with the.
he was like, "We ain't cool, my."
Yeah.
MVP just said something crazy too. I forget what he said. I think he just called him like a fucking honky or something.
So
pretty sick.
we want the Hurt Business to
Run wild on
Run wild
Real American
on,
Freestyle Wrestling. Well, what about when they have Forbidden Door, AEW, and Real American Freestyle
No,
Wrestling?
that's the only company that AEW is going to be working with moving forward. Now that WWE's fucking.
They're like, we have signed a 5-year deal with Real American.
You know what sucks the
Freestyle."
most thing about this is like one thing I'm happy about is that it wasn't a podcast. I'm actually like, okay, it's not a podcast, so now I don't have to like have you guys come in here quoting what Hogan said on his podcast last
God,
No,
now
that
I
would've
kinda
been so
wish
good
that it
for our
was.
right,
podcast.
Hogan's
that
lie
would've
of the
been
day.
so
Yeah.
bad.
We could have just been a Hogan podcast, like
the guys
podcast.
who do,
But, like,
recap.
you-
know the
you
guys
guys-
who do Talk to Us? They have a review show of every episode of Talk to Us.
Yeah,
we
we
could
would
have
do
done
that.
that for Hogan's
Just
podcast.
in general, you guys would be like, oh, I don't know, like Bischoff said, and I would like, I'd have to lose my fucking mind again.
Would've
Like, I don't know, bro. He wrestled 400 days in a year. He said
That
it
would have been
himself.
great for
No, he
ratings.
explained it. He went back and forth to China.
Yeah, he doubled down on it.
Yeah, 'cause
He doubled
did
down
again.
on it again on
He went back
the
and forth
400
and crossing
days.
I
the
did see that.
international date line.
He was like,
You know,
he was
it
like,
was
you guys
another
wouldn't
day.
get it.
But I would say here's the worst thing about it for me is the concept, the idea of this isn't terrible. It's for amateur wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's like a UFC, but for amateur wrestling. It's giving amateur wrestlers something to do after their collegiate careers or their Olympic careers, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But the fact you put these two jagoffs in the forefront with it,
Two guys who are literally famous for pro wrestling.
and also famous for ruining things,
That is very true.
like both just
Hogan,
took shit that
many
was
things-
good.
They were just like, we got
And-
the NWO, and we're the greatest ever. And
But
they're
you
just
took
riding
the
that
NWO
wave.
and you buried it.
Yeah.
You drove it into the ground.
And Hogan, one of the things he ruined was his own reputation. So
Well,
That ain't gonna
like,
work for me, brother.
Me
Yeah.
and my dad were really talking about it, and it's like,
You got a dad?
yeah,
His dad's
it's-
awesome.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
famous
think so.
too.
Yeah.
Shout
didn't know
out
people
Dan
had
Reed.
that.
Shout out
No.
WSPN.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I was talking to him, and he was like, well, basically we were just kind of going back and forth, and I was like, "There's no way he's just getting paid to do this. Like, I don't think he has any stake in this." He's like, "Nah, I feel like he definitely has like money in this company."
He definitely
Vince,
has money.
Vince
in it.
is
think
the
you think Eric Bischoff and
mystery
Hulk
backer.
Hogan put money into this fucking
Yes.
company?
Yes,
100%.
1,000%.
What the
They're both
fuck?
way.
Who is their like business like advisor? Like who's
Izzy
their
Martinez.
fucking-
themselves.
Izzy Martinez.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Why the fuck would anybody think this is a good idea?
because they're idiots.
I think they thought it was a good idea. Someone sold them on it, and they were like, "Yeah, we could do that."
He said, "That's gonna work for me, brother."
That's
They
going to
said-
work for all my brothers.
They said, "Hogan, 20,000." He said, "That'll work for me, brother."
They were real proud boys when they came up with this idea.
They definitely were.
They were so proud of it.
Well, yeah. Look, we'll be back next week with another pod to update you on Hogan's lies. I'm sure I'll tell some more between now and then. So we'll
They're
get
going
back
to make
to that.
amateurs great again.
They
Some
surely are.
shit.
On to some quick hits. First up, we touched on it a little bit earlier.
Like
And I
to
don't
touch
really
some more
want
on
to touch
it.
on it
Right.
anymore because I know where this is going. Core Jade rumored OnlyFans.
Can I say, guys, I didn't know this.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
walked into the room today, a little pre-meeting before the show, and they said, "Yeah, and Cora
Now
Jade's
you gotta
OnlyFans."
You got to
And I was
redo
like-
your budget now
Yeah,
to
and I was
account
like,
for it.
"Wait, what?"
Yeah, he's like, I got to talk to my accountant ASAP.
I was legitimate. I popped. I didn't like, didn't
I
know
mean,
that
you
was-
will later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the point.
I know.
Jesus
I know.
Christ.
Sold it. I
And
hate
then
white
then
women.
I'll send a tip. Because I'm a gentleman.
What is she gonna rate like dick pics and all that? Like they be
Is
doing
that,
OnlyFans?
is that what they do?
I'll
on
let you.
OnlyFans?
I'll let you know next week.
Yeah, we're gonna find out, I guess.
I don't know. Did that have anything to do with her
Can we,
30-day
When
non-compete?
he comes in all sad, he's like, "I got it too."
She rates them, but she doesn't rate them fairly.
She sends him a Meltzer. Then he puts it on a 5-star.
There's a 4.5, and I thought it was a stars. And I was like, that's not bad. And then I found out it was out of 10, and that's bullshit.
Yeah, this isn't the Wrestling Observer scale.
Yeah, Meltzer starts an OnlyFans.
Yeah, he's like, dick rates.
I need Gigi Dolan to do it next. Get on the bandwagon.
If they, get out of here, man.
They
This is-
saw Mandy Sachs, and
You
they
know-
were like, "Yo, I'm following her blueprint."
We should probably, for the podcast, just go ahead and like get a shared one for any wrestler
with
that
it.
comes out with it for the podcast.
Market
If
research.
you're listening,
Called
Chris,
Reddit, bro.
It's our new segment.
yeah,
Next up,
we'll review them.
again, we talked about this earlier. Shinsuke is not resigning.
He's just gonna be fucking chilling. That man's done everything. He's gonna hang out with his family. He's gonna fucking surf the waves and
Also,
just fucking live life.
He retired Great Muta, so
Right.
it's
Yeah,
over.
what
like
else
it's
do you-
what you
yeah.
can't. That's so high
Somebody
up.
needs to
the
retire
pillar.
him now.
No, he's good. He
Nah, he's
retired
good.
himself.
He's good for a
He
little-
retired the Great Muta and himself.
Yeah. After
that.
that, unfortunate news. AJ Styles' SIM card stolen, and whoever stole it tweeted a bunch of stuff we are not going to reveal on this podcast.
Stuff you literally
Stuff
shouldn't
about
ever
the gay
say.
community.
Well, I think it's the fact that he would have tweeted regardless.
The gay community.
I think honestly they just released all of his drafts.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
His draft folder.
They just unleashed what he had
Oh.
already.
He was
on
like-
there.
He called like Logan Paul F
Word.
Yeah.
word,
That's
not
not
fuck.
F slur. That's called the F slur.
The F slur.
It's one of the. Yeah, I think he was like.
He told Kanye West he rides with. I agree with you.
Some guy hacked him,
Jesus.
and he went to go into, and he's like, "Oh my god, he had all this saved. I didn't even have to come up with
Yeah,
anything."
he's like, I didn't
This
have
is
to
the
do this.
easiest hacking.
God, AJ.
These were all
Sorry,
he just
bud.
he just typed out all his voice memos.
Yeah,
Jesus, I hope not.
I hope not too. And finally,
No, AJ's a saint. No, he's not. But AJ's cool.
yeah.
He's not an ally or anything, but he's cool.
What do you mean he's not?
The gay
the gay
community.
community.
Finn Balor is.
He thinks the world is flat as well.
That is true.
I
which
don't.
is
I don't
pretty
take
crazy.
offense to that. If you want to think the world's flat, I have no problem with you. I disagree
do.
with you, but
I have a problem with you.
I disagree with
You're
you,
an
but
idiot.
I think you're bad for the world. I think you should not be allowed.
why would it matter if
Because
so,
you should not be allowed to have children if you're that fucking stupid.
Yeah, but if you're not a geologist, it's like whatever.
Okay, we're really heading towards a Joe
Right,
Rogan
right.
experience level of podcast here
You
right
know,
now.
also, since you said that, I thought it'd be really funny. What if it was just like Joe Hogan, and it was like, listen here, brother, I got in the ice bath today, dude.
He's like, listen, brother, have you ever tried ayahuasca before?
Did you ever try ivermectin, dude?
You know
Takes
what,
all
brother?
the brain worms right out, brother.
Bischoff, pull up that video.
Bischoff is his Jamie.
Yeah. Izzy also. And then finally, news about the Liv Morgan movie that we talked about. I'm actually super excited about this.
It's like
gonna,
a legitimate movie.
It's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
Bad Lieutenant Tokyo,
Yeah.
which is so sick because the first two Bad Lieutenants are awesome. Charlie XCX is producing it and is also going to be in it. And it's...
Oh shit, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's one of the. I think she's a major role in it as well. Liv Tyler, Jesus.
Tyler.
Liv Morgan is one of the top 3 characters
She's like
in it.
the somebody's daughter that gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
But I don't. Whenever someone's like some rich person, an executive producer, it's just like that just means they have money in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I learned that from Entourage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she's
You learn a lot from Entourage actually about behind the scenes movie shit.
and she's gonna be in it, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
And then Takashi Miike, I think is how you pronounce his name, but he made Ichi the
Right,
Killer.
he's like the main.
It's
He's like
Mike.
the cop, right?
No, he's the director. He's directing.
Oh,
it.
okay.
It's Mike.
Is it?
Yeah. I know.
Damn, that's kinda crazy.
It's crazy. It was one of the when I first saw it written, I assumed it was Mike, and then it was like, no, Takashi Mike. You're like, that's
Yeah.
Wow.
a fucking
That's wild.
cooler
He
name,
did,
actually.
He did that for you so that you were just
That's
automatically
like tell me you're
racist.
racist.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell me you're racist without telling me you're racist.
So sorry, bud.
And you were like, oh, hey, Takashi Mike, and he's like, it's Mike, bro.
It's kind of awesome. It's kind of awesome.
You
And then
can
is he
just call
related-
me Mike.
Is he related to 6ix9ine?
No, I
No.
don't think so.
Okay.
It's first names. I
Is
don't
he
think-
is he related to Killer Mike?
Killer.
I don't
Oh,
think so.
but you know,
Well, I was just gonna say that he directed the movie Ichi the Killer,
yeah.
which
yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it, but it's
No,
crazy.
I'm way
sick.
more. I'm way more
Ichi.
excited.
Ichi.
I'm way more excited for whatever first movie drops on Cora Jade's OnlyFans.
Okay.
And I
Fair
don't even
enough.
like white women,
And
so
you
that's
know
how
what?
much I'm excited.
She's
for
going
this
to
movie.
star in a movie as well.
And I know what? I think it's a perfect time to end the show because our time is up, and Woody has a hard out 6:30.
Our time is up, and your time is now.
Okay, shut
Cora
up.
Jade.
All right, thank you guys so much for
That was
listening.
good timing.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you tune in every week to the show. Make sure you tune into Grappling with the Gilmans. Hit us on Instagram, SVW.worldwide, SVW.Orlando for our Orlando store. Hit us on TikTok. Hit us on Twitter. Hit us on YouTube. And we'll see you next week. Anything else?
No, man. I just
Nope. See you next week.
you know what really sucks about getting cut from WWE is the worst thing ever is like you getting fired publicly from your dream job.
That is true.
Everybody that came out on their like saying like stuff on their like Instagram and social media, Twitter and all that shit.
That's just the worst thing. Imagine you get your dream job, Gunky, and then like the whole world's like found out like you're fired.
Well, Corey
We
Jade
all
was
found
like,
out.
"Oh, I dropped out of
Yeah.
school at 15 to become a wrestler. Thanks for the time I had. Now follow me on OnlyFans."
That'd be like if I got fired from Suplex, my dream job.
It's almost like if they shut down your store.
Yo, they're like SPW has come to terms with Gunky Maine.
And then you had to do
I get budget cutted.
and then you had to do a podcast about it.
Yeah, it's almost like an
It's just
OnlyFans.
me and Brown John. We're the only ones that get cut. I'm like, what the fuck? I wasn't even
Oh
getting
my
paid.
God. All right. We out.
We out.
Budget cuts. That was